I'm Janet Childs, Reverend Janet Childs of the Education Committee of the wonderful UCM, and we have the great pleasure, Universal Church of the Master, we have the great pleasure of having today with us Tiffany Kiefer, and she is an amazing light in our world who is multidimensional in what she brings in terms of healing and just an amazing gift to our community. And we are so grateful to have her here today talking about how are you rich? And this is so important and prevalent and meaningful at this time of year as we look forward to the season of gratitude, Indigenous Peoples Month that this is, and just the gratitude that we can share and how we are rich in that. And we have a tradition on our education committee of lighting the candle before any of our educational programs. And this is a candle I made just for tonight. It's got a little heart on it and yellow and green ribbon. And with your all's permission, I would like to light the candle.
Please.
Would that be okay?
Mm-hmm.
And as we light it, remember that you all have your unique light and that we are here to share the wisdom of Tiffany and to hear her experience and her gifts as we look forward to tonight. Welcome, welcome. And we will be letting people in as they come in, and we will let it go forward. And so, Tiffany, to you.
Thank you.
You are a light.
Thank you, Janet. And thank you, UCM, for having me this evening and for being able to be here with you live and also on the recording. I am so grateful to be able to share my experiences with gratitude, but also bring new light and new vision to each and every one of you to help you create the life that you desire and deserve. I am the founder of Rise Up and Shine, and I am, Janet is one of my mentors through my grandma, Joanne, and I look up to her as a mentor. She is my guiding light, my resource, my anchor. And I am so grateful for you guiding me, for supporting me, for loving me, for seeing me, and for everybody at UCM and the center for just loving everything about me and for just holding space for me to grow and become who I am. I'm very grateful for that. So thank you again. So as we go forward with this evening,
it is our honor.
I feel like I've been definitely cradled with kindred hands as I've grown into who I am. So thank you. So as we go forward into tonight, this is going to be an interactive class. So I know that some of you are watching on the replay. So when we do ask questions and we ask people to share, I really want you to bring out a notebook and write down your answers to the questions and have a dialogue with yourself. If you're watching on the replay, have a dialogue with yourself so that you can have that inner connection and know where you are with the exercises that we're going to be performing tonight. Because not only are we going to be performing exercises about gratitude, but we're going to be talking about you know, how you focus, what your dreamscape is, who you want to be, what you want to do, what do you want to have, what do you want to focus on. We all have dreams, but unfortunately, a lot of times when we have those dreams, we self-sabotage them, and they come in because we look to them as they're too big. How can I have the audacity to have that big of a dream? Or if I know that it's not that big and I know that I can accomplish it, the sabotage that comes in is, how am I going to accomplish it? What are the steps I'm going to take to accomplish it? Where's the money going to come from that needs to happen to accomplish it? So we sabotage it and we just say, well, I don't know, so I'm just going to table that for now. So we are going to broaden our perspective on that this evening. And so really, I really want you to stay present this evening, present with yourself as we go through these exercises, present with you and your higher self, and answer the questions as we go through them honestly, because nobody else is going to see them but you. And you will be surprised. I did some of this work several years ago, and coming back to this work later, the amount of growth that I had was a huge leap. And it was great to see because of a few decisions that I had made. Whereas if I wouldn't have put a starting point of where I truly was and I wasn't honest with myself, I wouldn't have known truly how far I had come. So that's why I want you to be honest, okay? So, but before we get started in the exercise and talking about gratitude and, you know, what we want to be in our dreams and all that stuff, I really want us to get grounded. And I really want us to connect with who we are and our higher selves. So I'm going to take you on a little journey. I'm going to take you on a journey to your inner guidance, to your inner connection. So I just want you to sit back in your chair. I want you to get a little comfortable. Sit back in your chair, just get a little comfortable. And then I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. I'm going to let these ladies in before we start. Just go ahead and get nestled in. Hello, ladies. We're just starting a meditation. So if you can sit back in your chairs and close your eyes and get comfortable and take a nice deep breath. And take another deep breath and feel your own natural rhythm, your own natural breath. I really want to be clear that even though this is a kind of meditation, there's no pressure of any kind. I just want you to sit still and be with you. So take a deep breath and just really be aware. I want you to start being aware of where your tailbone is sitting right now. And right at your tailbone, there's a cord that goes down into the earth. And it goes down through the building that you are in, goes all the way down into the center of the earth. And this cord is your grounding cord. Imagine it being gold and sparkly. Imagine it being very beautiful. And at the very end of this cord is a heavy golden brick that swings lightly back and forth like a pendulum. And as it rocks steadily back and forth, it keeps you totally connected to the light, to the fire, to the energy of the core of this earth. That's the power of the earth, of Gaia. Just really breathe into her. Feel the cord, feel the heat from the earth. And this is your own personal cord. It's specific just to you. You are always tapped into that power, and this is your anchor. So just feel that swaying motion of that golden brick rocking and anchoring, and all of your energy going straight down that golden cord to the center of the earth. So now your own natural rhythm is moving and swaying. Take another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just imagine that all of your cells have many little sandbags, and everything in your energy is just dropping deep into the earth. It's grounding, it's grounding, it's dropping in, and it's very settled, very calm, and very vertical. Now, I want you to put your attention at the top of your head and imagine there's a huge shaft of light that's going straight from your head all the way through the ceiling, all the way up through the roof and into the clouds and into the heavens. This beautiful silver, glittery, sparkly shaft, either of white, beautiful, pure light, or of silver cord. This is your life connection with the heavens, and way up at the level is your higher self, your soul, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, whatever you want to imagine. And they are simply there holding your life force, observing you. And as you tap into that beautiful force, I want you to take another deep breath into your own beautiful rhythm, your own beautiful spirit energy, and your own light. So now that you have this anchor of energy into the earth and this beautiful silver white cord connected straight up to the heavens, the thing that connects these two worlds is your spine. So I want you to take a moment and be aware of your spine. This is your core. This is your vertical. This is your natural conduit, your natural ability, your inborn capacity to connect to heaven through your body with earth into the ground. So again, you're going to breathe into your natural rhythm. And as you're breathing in, you're going to breathe in Earth's energy up your spine, just above your head, where it rounds back down as you exhale. It moves right back down your spine as you bring that beautiful silver white light from the heavens back down with it, grounding you. So take in that beautiful, special breath. So it's a circuit where you are the center of these two powers. They are exchanged and you are exchanged, and they keep you connected to earth and to heaven. So just feel this constant quality that you are your energy field and you are connected this way. Just take a second and feel the energy moving through you. Now, with your eyes still closed, I want you to put your awareness on your heart and imagine that there's a beam of light, like it's a flashlight. It's a pure radiance going straight out in front of you. And really feel this radiance going through your heart. It's an incredible bright light. It's a light of convergence between the energy of the heavens and the energy of the earth, and it comes straight out from your heart. It's just beaming, it's fiery, it's radiant, it's sparkly and glittery. And right now, you don't need to think about how it's going into the world. You just need an inner acknowledgement of the inner feeling of your heart, acknowledging that, yes, I am grounded. Yes, I have this white light connection. Yes, this very strong soul that is guiding me and directing me. And I have a heart that wants nothing more than to be open and alive and radiant in service. It wants nothing more than to radiate with courage, without any concern for what comes back from the world out there. This is your true power. This, my sisters and brothers, is your true self. And let yourself know that right now, because you sit here with your eyes closed, being vertical, it's just you and you. So take another deep breath. Just take a deep breath of comfort, because this connection has nothing to do with the external world and nothing to do with anything out there. It's just you and heaven and earth. You are allowed to be eternally fulfilled in everything you do. You can feel that soul connection you have with spirit. Life uses you, and from here it feels really good because you're just being you with your commitment to your life force, your heart and your ground. You can feel how easy it is. And you're going to open your eyes in a minute, and you're going to notice that the world is going to come in. The world will come in, and it will take some of this direct, clear connection you have. So before that happens, do one more deep, cleansing, beautiful breath and really just drop in your energy down into the earth, down into that gold brick, and notice, just notice if you feel relaxed. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most grounded, the most connected, ask yourself where you are right now. And before we open our eyes, take another deep breath and just see that beautiful white, silver, glittery light above your head. Move down through your body into the earth. Just ramp up. Move that energy to where you can really feel it at a 10 through your connectedness and groundness. You really, really feel calm and you are completely centered. Now I want you to do something as you slowly open your eyes, as you bring in the horizontal world. Don't take your attention off that calm, that inner connection. Just keep your attention on that inner connection and notice what happens as you open your eyes. Just see if you can continue to be with you and you as you let the horizontal outer world back in. So when you're ready, you may slowly open your eyes and come back to me. And this is the practice of going vertical. And each and every one of you can do this every single day. Some of you that are practice meditators can do this in the blink of an eye just by walking down the street. And others of you need to practice trying it over and over again till you perfect it. But you can come back to this recording and listen and do it with me anytime that you wish. But I just want you to be able to ground into Mother Earth and up to your spirit guides and heavens anytime that you wish, because we are the circuit that helps us be connected and be able to be fulfilled in order to create whatever it is that we are going to create in this world. In order for us to be whole, we need to be grounded from the top and the bottom. So thank you for allowing me to take you on that journey. And I want to say hello to a few of you that have arrived while we were during our meditation. So hello, Brooke. It's good to see you. Hello, Jessica. It's good to see you. And Chris, wonderful. I'm so glad that you arrived. And wonderful to see everybody. So make sure that when you arrive late, make sure that you have a notebook or something to write on, because we will be doing some interactive exercises today, and we will be asking for some shares. So without further ado, I would like to ask for some shares. If who would like to share how they are feeling after that meditation? You could just raise your hand. There's in the video, I can see you. If you'd like to share. Okay, Jessica, you can, I think you can unmute yourself.
So what I really liked about it was I did feel more deeply rooted to the earth. That is always the harder one for me than up to the heavens. I don't know why. And I feel very calm and centered. And I feel as though when I opened my eyes, I was able to keep that feeling, and I have it now still. So that's a victory.
Oh, that's fantastic. That is a victory. That is definitely one of the harder things to do, is when you come back into the room, keeping that buzz going through your body. So good for you for keeping that. I'm proud of you. Anybody else want to share? Nobody? Janet?
Well, I'm just feeling amazingly comfortable with the horizontal world.
Oh,
So I don't feel like I'm barricaded against it. I feel like I can become one with it because I'm grounded vertically. I really thank you for that. Beautiful,
thanks. Yes.
beautifully guided.
Oh, thank you so much. One of my mentors taught me that meditation. So thank you. Thank you for each of you for allowing me to take you through that. It was definitely a gift for myself as well. Brooke, did you want to share too?
Yeah.
Oh, you were unmuted, so I thought maybe.
Yeah, oh sure. I mean, I think it's great to do. It's just like it clears your anxiety and you feel peaceful, and I don't know. Now I'm ready to go to bed. So.
Not allowed yet. So thank you so much. So on this call, we're going to be talking about gratitude, but through gratitude, you're able to create who you are, what you are, where you want to go, all of that. So we're going to incorporate gratitude through all of the exercises today. But each of us, all has that little voice in our head, right? The self-talk that we do throughout the day. A lot of you have been on some of my classes where we talk about that inner, we always have that little angel or devil on our shoulders or whatever squawking at us, and that inner voice, and the proverbial, oh, Jill's not here to get me, but with my words, but angel or devil on your shoulder, that voice that either is positive or negative. And think about the number of times that you criticize yourself throughout the day. And it's a simple thing that you don't sometimes even realize that you do it. Even, by if you stubbed your toe and you're like, gosh darn it, you're so clumsy, right? Just by simple, right? Well, you were stating a fact that you were clumsy in the moment, but what did you do by you self-criticize, right? Rather than acknowledging that it was an accident that you tripped and you stubbed your toe. Simple things like that throughout the day, we do it, or even in conversation. But what is the monologue that you have in your life or in your head all of the time? I want to help you with a little trick that I do. We're not going to go into sabotage or self-talk or have a talk on that today. I just wanted to bring it as a thought today to kind of have you think about it. Mastering positive self-talk is a way for you to bring in gratitude. So when you think about a negative self-talk that you're talking to yourself, you can think more grateful thoughts about yourself to shift the thought process. Making gratitude a daily focus on yourself will keep you more confident, more motivated, and put you in better mindset to be able to create the life that you desire and deserve, be able to become rich in every aspect of your life by shifting your thoughts. So I only wanted to bring in that just so while we're going through these exercises, you're cognizant of your self-talk. Okay, so that's why I brought that up. I may have kind of went around the bush on that one, but I wanted to bring it up. Okay, so I want to read a poem to you. And I want to talk to you about how are we rich in our lives. So many times when people think about how they're rich, the first thing they think about is what? Money. So, and that's true because even the coordinator for this class that was putting it together, she thought the class was on money. And it wasn't. We may touch on money and we may, acknowledge that we can have money through our, sorry, it's really hot in here, through our talking about how we can be rich, but that's not the focus. How are we rich through our lives is how we express gratitude for what we have in our lives. So I want to read a poem that I saw on a website. I don't know who the author was. I just thought it was a really cool poem. It says, "How am I rich? Let me count the ways. I am rich in so much more than money. I am rich in love, in freedoms, in shelter and health, in friends, in beauty, in experience, in talent and skills, in lessons, in things that I learn, in nature, and a love of earth. Everything around the world." And I thought about, what am I rich in? I had to write it down because so many times this is one of our next exercises that we're going to do. How are you rich? I am blessed in a multitude of ways. My good health, my relationship with my good husband, my beautiful children, quiet time with Source, God, my family who loves me and I love them. I am blessed with a roof over my head, food in my cupboard, clean water, money in the bank. I live in a beautiful neighborhood with beautiful neighbors. I have great businesses and connections, and I am truly blessed. And there's so much more I could have listed. So much more I could have listed. But I want you to take just a few minutes and I want you to write down how you are rich. So I don't have any music to play, unfortunately. Sorry, actually, maybe I do. So I'm going to give you 4 minutes to write down how you are rich. And hopefully this works. Oh, sorry, it's an ad first. We have to let the ad go by. One minute. Okay, fabulous. Okay, is there anybody that would like to share tonight how they are rich? Dahlia, would you like to share?
Sure. I'm rich in a lot of different skills. So after I left that last job, I pivoted and started making money in like 4 or 5 different things.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, like little things to figure it out. And so and also the richness to dovetail off of that is that I'm such a multifaceted person. There's a lot going on. And I'm also, I have a real rich imagination. And I'm open to possibility.
Oh, wow. I love that. I love how your entire persona and light came through when you shifted from what you accomplished to your possibility and imagination. Your face lit up, and I just even getting tingles, and your whole light came around you. It was really beautiful to watch.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I could feel that because those were like further down on the list. Like maybe there's the things up higher I think are also really important too, but they're more from a practical perspective. And then as you go down, yeah, a vast imagination. Well, my mantra to my friends is I just tell everybody anything is possible.
Absolutely.
Just let's not forget that we have a choice. And that's what you saw. Thank you for the feedback. Because when I think about that, I feel very expansive and hopeful. Like this instead of constriction.
So, can I give you a little bit of coaching?
Yeah.
So, with that feeling, and you feel expansive in that direction on that list, which way do you think is the best way to go forward? What feels the best?
Just more expansion and being hopeful and staying in the light of possibility.
Mm-hmm. But so you went into finding the correct answer. I want you to go in for feeling. Does that feel the best?
Oh, you mean staying open to possibility?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because all good things come when you're wide open and you're driven by passion.
Absolutely. Like one of the places that I work at right now, they contacted me that they're taking me off the schedule for Tuesdays. So I was wondering about what to do for money and whatever. But then I thought, I could really use some extra time off. And then I just told myself, I never know what text may come in, what phone call, an email, anything anything's possible. And then I started chatting with people by just doing out doing my chores. And one of my friends needs a rose bush to be pruned. Another person wants to go to lunch with me. Like,
That's fantastic.
yeah, nature abhors a vacuum, right?
Yep, exactly. When you open it up, other opportunities fill in, and you don't know. You could, and I'm gonna shift gears just for a moment off of your teaching or off of your point. You could have anybody could have looked at her opportunity to prune a rose bush as a task rather than an opportunity. And Dahlia looked at it as an opportunity. The difference is, as a task to earn money, that's a task. You go, you prune the bush, and you go home. An opportunity, going to it in an energetic standpoint of an opportunity, you don't know what's going to happen when you're there pruning the bush. You don't know who you're going to meet as you prune the bush. You don't know who you're going to talk to. You don't know what will happen as you prune the bush or on your way home. Many endless possibilities will happen just from changing your energetic standpoint from an opportunity, from a task to an opportunity.
That's so beautiful.
Different way to look at it. And you did look at it that way. Unbeknownst to yourself, you did. We just expanded. We just made it bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true. Because it's like every time we make a expansive decision or an opportunity decision, that does happen all the time. Because then we might stop somewhere at a grocery store and then read a sign that gives us an inspiration for something new, or we have a conversation, or like it's all expansive and freeing.
Mm-hmm.
Deepak Chopra really helps with that. And I was listening to the 7 spiritual laws
Mm-hmm.
for success recently, and he was talking about how if something doesn't go right for us, it's important to be detached and know that God or the universe has a higher plan. And that's really helped me, because I could have easily gotten really pissed off. And the probably the devil talk is to go into a deep fear space
Mm-hmm.
and not leave the house or not respond to emails or something. And that's not what we want to do. We want to see it as, there's something better. I wasn't supposed to be at that job. There's other things I'm supposed to be doing with my Tuesdays in November. And it turns out one of them is to attend this. Right?
Yeah.
So if I had a long day at that other job and some other stuff, like Janet was saying today was pretty hectic, like I wouldn't have probably had the bandwidth to attend.
Well, like you say, anything's possible. I always say, well, there are several things I always say, but one of them is there's no coincidences. There's a reason for everything, always. And always expect something even better. you know, even better than what you expect will happen. So great lesson. I love I love the lesson that you started out, felt the feeling, and chose to go with what felt better to share. And I hope that each and every one of you, as you take the journey of how am I rich, you pay attention to your list. How am I rich feel? It's not about accomplishments of what other people think. It's not that award. It's not that attaboy. It is not that I completed this. It's not that I obtained this. It's how do I feel? Am I loved? Do I feel love? Am I light? What do I feel in my belly? Am I healthy? Those things are what make us grow and make us expansive and make us be able to get up in the morning. You getting the award or accomplishing whatever, or maybe your boss gave you that fantastic review, isn't going to enable you for getting up in the morning. So those of you that started out your how am I rich that way, I want you to continue your journey to elongate the list after our class. Really dive deep and be like, how am I rich? What are the things that help me to get out of bed in the morning? Are you okay, Janet?
Yes, I'm wonderful. I'm just looking at my list and realizing that the things that you just so beautifully demonstrated with Dahlia absolutely fits amazingly with, and there's nothing about awards and there's nothing about accomplishments. It's all about presence,
Good.
right? There's nothing else. Like I have my hope. And I was thinking about when you talked about the audacity to dream, I was thinking of Barack Obama, his wonderful book, The Audacity of Hope. The Audacity of Hope. And that, you know, having the audacity to claim and revel in all of these gifts.
Yep, that's what they are. And they're our gifts. They're your gifts. That's the best part, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, they're your gifts. That list that you just wrote is yours. That's you. Celebrate it. Now, moving on, we're going to shift gears into people, places, and things that you're grateful for. So we're going to do a gratitude, somewhat like an assessment. And the reason we're going to do this is because to get into the flow of gratitude, or what am I grateful for, a lot of times people get stuck. Like in my class, I asked all of my students to write 10 gratefuls a night, and they struggled. By the end of the year, they didn't, but in the beginning, for several months, they all struggled coming up with 10 things that they were grateful for. Because being in that space of gratitude, you automatically go to your secure things. I'm grateful for my spouse. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful for money. I'm grateful, all the staples, right? Well, now we're going to go outside the box. Okay. So I have a series of questions and I really want you to think about these. It's not going to be like 4 minutes on each question. There's only 3 answers for each question. I'm going to give you a minute or two to think about them, but we're not going to have like music or anything like this. You just look up and tell me when you're done. Okay. So the first question is name 3. Now you can do an expanded one later and just write down the question. But for tonight's purposes, 3 amazing people in your life. So the question is, 3 amazing people in my life are. Now, again, we have a ton of amazing people in our lives. And I want you to expand it. I want you to continue this journey of gratitude on all of these questions. That's why I want you to write them down. And I'm going to put them in the chat too. Okay, I'll move that over there. Okay. Next. Oh, I'll wait for you. I'll wait to see everybody's face. Okay, next. 3 great things about my physical body are. 3 great things about my physical body are. Okay. So the next one is 3 great things about my home and where I live are. Okay, and the next one is 3 great things about where I work and or what I do for a living are. Chris, I really like your background. I love Rudolph.
Well, I'm ready for this year.
Me too. You almost look like Santa.
Chris Kringle.
I love it.
I have to say, I love it too.
Well, it's a fight to try and keep it short. So shaving is a hassle.
Well, if you do play Santa, I'd love to come see you. You look awesome.
Well, thank you. But, you know, even whenever I hear the COVID fear mongering, you know, it makes me wonder if, do I want a bunch of unvaccinated young children on my lap? You know, it's like, no, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's hard to fit a mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway,
Nice.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so the next questions are, I really want you to answer these honestly and not worry about what other people think, what other people have told you, even your parents, your mom, your dad, a teacher. I really want you to think about yourself, what you think of you. Like, what do you think about you? Nobody's going to see this assessment, remember, okay? So 3 great gifts of a unique talent and skill that I have been given.
I just have to say, I really like this exercise.
Oh, thanks.
I don't think this way. And so it's nice to be given permission to think this way.
Mhm. Thank
It's
you.
like,
Chris.
hey, I am pretty special after all.
You, yes, you are. That's what's great about this. You know, so many times, that's why I'm really glad for those of you that showed up and for those of you that are watching on the replay, really do the work. Like Jessica says, I have permission to acknowledge these things about me. This class is about me, you, right? You. And you get to answer these honestly without anybody else's opinion, without anybody else's nothing. This is all what you think, which is great because that's how you expand. That's how you grow. That's how you share your light with the world, is by first acknowledging who you are. Because when you love yourself, love just follows. And the only reason somebody else doesn't love you is because they don't love themselves first. 100% of the time. And if anybody wants to challenge me on that, let's roll. So the next question is, well, Dahlia will see it in the chat. 3 great gifts of knowledge and experience that I have been given. So 3 great gifts of knowledge and experience that I have been given. Now think outside the box. It doesn't have to be from a living teacher. It can be from source. It can be from God. It can be from a mentor. It can be from a book. Okay, last question. 3 ways in which my life is wealthy, abundant, and prosperous are Mhm. Okay, I would love for anyone, so this is a challenge. I would love for anyone to share their most difficult question to answer. Chris, you can go ahead and unmute.
Well, it the most difficult was actually the easiest answer, and that is love. It's everywhere and everything. It's, I think, the answer to most questions, and it's the greatest benefit in our lives. And without it, life is not as good.
Mhm. Agreed. Totally agree. Absolutely.
To create it, share it, and receive it. 3 ways.
I love that. I'm going to definitely have to write that down. Hi, Chris. Did you want to put in the chat which one was difficult for you to, and I can read it? We can't hear you. Mm-mm. I can read your lips, but that may be kind of weird. But if you put in the chat anything, then I'll read that. Okay. Anybody else want to share? So the most difficult one for me was the 3 great gifts of unique talent and skill that I've been given. That was hard for me to come up with, because I just thought that being able to talk was a normalcy, and I didn't think of it as unique. And so I thought that things that I could do were just normal, not unique. So it was a struggle for me to answer that question when I was writing these out. And then the self-sabotage came into my head of, you know, are you sure that that is are you sure that's a talent? Are you sure? You know, those voices. So acknowledge that if that comes up for you with these questions. I had to really sit and say, it's yes, being able to speak on camera is a unique talent. Not everybody can. Yes,
Right.
that is one. You know, being able to command the room and be able to, you know, walk in and own the room. Not everybody can do that. That's a
Right.
unique talent. It's not that I am being overcoming or aggressive, or which was all of the words coming into the other side of my head.
Yeah.
So if that's happening to you by writing some of this out, stuff like that, stop. I had to stop and ask myself, is that me that's saying that? Or is that what I think other people are thinking? What was it?
Mm-hmm.
I had to really assess what the answer was. And it was me thinking other people thought that of me, not me think that of me, right? I had to acknowledge that and be like, okay, this is about me, making an assessment of me and how I feel, not outside, right? That's the gift I'm giving myself, and that's the gift all of you are giving yourselves with this assessment. And so if you are struggling by answering these questions, stop and find out where those voices are coming from. And that's the work that we need to work on. That's the journey. That's the work that needs to precede this assessment or follow this assessment. Anybody else want to talk about? Yes, Dahlia?
I actually had the hardest time with the first one because I have so many people that I think are amazing that I stopped after 1 or 2, and then it was hard to like come up with a third because there's so many people I think are special in my life. So on one hand, I can see with the exercise, it's like, oh, just choose 3. But then I found myself trying to figure out who the top ones are, and it was a little struggle.
Was it a struggle because you wanted to know how much they influenced you, or what was your gauge of putting them in the amazing sector?
It was people that I know the most, that I have intimate relationships with, and that I know get me. So I don't know if that's too much of an
No,
ego perspective, but as far as amazing, it's people who are great at what they do and they're like role models, and it's or yeah, because they know me intimately and I know them intimately, which makes them amazing, is that I've seen them go through hardships and come out on the other end.
mhm. No, that's a great a great assessment of how you are, analyzing what amazing means. Everybody has a different assessment of what amazing means, of an amazing person. Some chose that way, some chose love. They said my first thing, three amazing people, I went with love. I went with my husband, my kids, my parents. Those were my amazing people. Those are I went with love. I mean, that was where I went. So that was my first reaction. So it just depends on how you weigh the word amazing. So there's no wrong answer. There's not. It's just how everybody chooses. Were you able to find number 3?
No.
Oh, but maybe you will.
Well, yeah.
Good. I think hopefully you will. You will, because you'll continue the list and then number 3 will pop in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, Chris, you actually had your microphone. I saw your little light turn on.
Yes.
I meant, okay, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Here we go again.
No, you're good.
Chris, please proceed.
Chris Miller and I have this often,
Oh,
the both of us there. So Chris Miller, go ahead.
K Chris and C Chris.
okay.
The question about what was the hardest thing, listening to what Dahlia said, is about the amazing people and how much we limit ourselves, opening up to give and receive love with other people, and the limits that we impose upon ourselves on who we really share with. Some being a Cancer with a nice protective shell to withdraw into. I think one of the biggest limitations in my own life has been limiting who I open up and share with freely and with my whole heart.
Thank you for sharing. Well, I hope that I get to know you better.
Thank you. Likewise. If I hear it,
I have found he's worth it.
Good.
I have decided he's worth it.
Okay, I'm glad that your speaker is working. So talk to me.
So some of them were very easy, and they speak to the grandiosity that I have about myself, and they were easy to answer. And what I found, as an example, when I looked at the people in my life that are amazing, it's really a reflection about what's important to me. Like, who are the people in my life that are doing what I want to be doing? And I have a long list. So there's a lot of people I turn to for templating where I want to go. But the part that was honestly difficult, 2 of them, the physical body and the question of healthy and abundance. And the physical body is particularly tough. I'm in the middle of a medical situation. And when I thought, what do I really like about myself? It's external. Like, I love my hair. I think my hair is great. I have great hair. Okay. So I've always liked my hair. And And so is that trite or is that true? And so that's a question to look at, and what does it mean? And then the fact that my body has borne the burden of me for 66 years, that's really not fair. So, I mean, I can hear myself saying it, and it's like, well, okay. Is that really? Yeah. So I could hear the twist in it. So that was hard. That was hard. And it also speaks to discomfort, cellular discomfort about some pretty big things. And the part about my life is healthy and with abundance. I think it's sort of like with the body thing. It felt like it's really easy to be trite. La 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 la. You know, all these things are great, but when I do that and when I say that, where's the balance in acknowledging some things that are difficult? Do we just ignore the difficult parts? Do we subsume the difficult parts under something else? Do we just get bigger, 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 bigger until we can get bigger than the difficult part? So that's, I just noticed that, and it's not surprising that I would see that, but that's why I went with it. And it was interesting what was difficult. It's not surprising, but it was interesting. So I'm still judging myself for kind of being two-faced about some of these questions.
The journey that
Great
that
questions.
thank you. The journey that you're on, are you fully embracing the journey that you're on, or are you haphazarding it?
I'm trying to identify the journey, like the breadth, like how big is the journey?
The health journey that you're on?
The health part. Well, I was fine until Sunday, and then Sunday, some things made themselves known, and I'm in a different place Sunday than I was since Sunday than I was before. I have to go back to the clinic. So that's very fresh and unexpected. And thank you, Janet, and disturbing. So, and kind of what you bring up is this momentary, or is it, you know, is it momentary? Is it short term, or is it something else?
So looking at what is, a lot of these questions are putting us on the spot, but they are acknowledging the fact that a lot of times when we look at our lives and we look at what is going on, the horizontal view of when we open up our eyes, we are looking at what is, not what we want or how we want to feel. And acknowledging that. And Chris, with your journey of since Sunday, and with what is happening, it's fresh and raw, and it's in plain sight of the horizontal view. And a lot of times it is difficult. It's so big and so right there that we can't get around the roadblock. So I acknowledge you, and I'm sending healing to you. But more importantly, Chris, I acknowledge the fact that you see and you are sitting with what is now, acknowledging where you are now, and willing to go where what is takes you, without expectation, without fear, without, there might be fear, but I think it's another word, at least that's what I'm feeling, and I'm not sure of the word, it's not coming, but But I just acknowledge you where you are. And
Thank you.
I commend you for taking the assessment and allowing yourself to be where you are and saying, that's okay. I am where I am and it's okay.
I think one of the things you're talking about is taking the long view. And ever since this whole thing started, I think the long view has been the only way out, taking the long view. And you have to attend to the current, but you can't get caught up in it. So yeah. And it does mean taking care of business. I went into surgery 5 weeks ago and I did a bunch of things in case I didn't come out. And then I went on with my life and I came out. And so that's the thing of you just, you don't get, for me, it wasn't important to get sidetracked by it. It was just like, this is taking care of business.
Well, I'm really glad you're here.
Yeah, thanks. Me too.
Sending you lots of love and healing.
There was something else about the whole set of questions is that it really raised it just really, I'm not sure what word to use, but it just raised the vibration so much. It was wonderful to be looking at those things and what lens do we see our world through? What are the choices of lenses? So I just really appreciate them. I recognize them as lenses that we can choose. It's nice to have them written down.
And that you're always held, Chris. You're held. You're protected. And you're never left alone. And it's all the journey. And less focus on the end and more on the journey. And it's all as it should be. It's all unfolding as it should be. And it'll be fine. No matter what happens. You are cared for. You are held.
Thank you.
And so it is. So I love how Chris mentioned looking through a lens, because that's how I live my life. A lot of times my friends always say to me, you live your life through rose-colored glasses. And I do. And my parents say the same thing. You need to know what's going on in the world. No, I don't. Does it affect me? No. Can I do anything about it right now? No. Can I make a difference? Yes. Then I'm doing what I can do to make a difference. If it's going to affect my life right here and my bubble, and I can make a difference and I can make change, then tell me about it. But if I can't, then I don't need to know about it. It's just going to affect my bubble. That's how I choose to live. Like Chris said, it's a choice. That's what I choose. That doesn't mean that anybody else on this call or anybody else on the replay makes that choice. That's just how I choose to live. So when we are moving towards what we want in life and how we want to create the life that we desire, that we deserve, that we want to go forth in, we need to figure out what we want. We need to write down what we want to be, right? We need to figure out, I'm looking for my notes. We want to figure out what we want to be or who we want to be, what we want to have, what we want to do with our life. So many times we speak it and it goes right into the wind, right into the universe, and we don't take action. We don't make a decision. We have all these grand, beautiful ideas. And that's what they are. They drop in. God says, here's a beautiful idea. You think about it, you put passion into it and emotion, and it's great, and you don't do anything about it. Well, today We're going to write them down. And we are going to talk about what do we want to be, what do we want to do, and what do we want to have within our lives. So we're going to start today. And this journey and this writing assignment is going to take you for the next few weeks, because each one of us has dreams. Each one of us has what other people call goals. We have long-term and we have short-term. We're not going to be talking about goals today. We're going to be talking about, what do I want to be? Now, we're all grown up right now, right? But we have a lot of growing to do. So what do I want to be tomorrow? What do I want to be next week? What do I want to be a year from now? Who do I want to be? How do I want to feel each day of my life? How do I want to wake up and feel tomorrow? What's my purpose? What's my mission? How do I want to show up for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my clients, for the world? How do I want to show up? What are my strongest traits? What's the kind of parent that I want to be from now that I'm an empty nester? How do I want to be a bigger, better, more fantastic, exuberant mom? Right? How do I want to be a better lover? If there are traits that you already love about you, how do you want to be more of them? So write down, who do you want to be? And I'm going to give you just a couple minutes, because we have 25 more minutes. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to think about, who do you want to be? This could be starting tomorrow. It could be next year. Make them all I am statements. I am incredible. I am an amazing parent. I am an amazing spiritual healer. I am healthy. I am divine. Okay, we're gonna do one more minute unless you are complete. We'll do one more minute and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay. So now we are going to talk about, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Includes travel, business. Do you want to start a business? Do you want to expand your business? Do you want to learn a language? You know, do you want to get married? Do you want to have kids? For anybody watching on the recording, I think all of us on here already have some. Do you want to learn an instrument or play the piano? Don't limit yourself. When you want to do, like Dahlia started out before we started the recording, and she talked about this, an amazing experience with a spiritual garden and tranquility. Oh my gosh, I want to go. I want to check it out with herbs and, you know, and magic potions and remedies and all sorts of things. I want to be in her kitchen when she's doing that. She put me right in the picture. That's what you put on what you want to do. That's what you write down. Because when you speak it to the universe puts it out there, and support comes in overwhelming support comes to you. But you have to put it out there in faith, not in hope, in faith. Faith is that you know, like you know it's going to happen. Hope is, I hope it happens. I'm not sure. Faith is a knowing. Write it down with faith that you know that I'm going to do these things in one way or another, in some facet, even bigger and better than I could ever imagine. Descriptive sentences or a list is great. Put them down. Don't limit yourself. Put it out there. Have the audacity to make it big and amazing. So what do you want to do? 4 minutes. 1 minute. Okay. Now this one's my favorite. It's my favorite because it was one of the most challenging for me, because I let the my having level come in. I let the glass ceiling come in when I was writing my list. And I thought, I can't have that. Who am I to think that I could have that? No, I'm not noble enough to have that. I'm not worthy enough to have that. No way. I want you to put all of that aside, because when you come up against that roadblock about what you can have, it's going to show you the places that you resist and the blocks that you have where you're blocking your own success. Because by not allowing you to have everything that you want, by not allowing, okay, yourself to have that success or that wealth or abundance or whatever it is, that is what's blocking a lot of the success in your life. So acknowledge it and then ask for it again or even more. So I want you to ask, what do I want to have? Do I want that beautiful house on the beach? Do I want a yoga studio? Do I want more free time? Do I want a place where there's a lake and I want my children to come live with me, and I want my grandchildren to come live with me, and we all could be together and live happily ever after? Do I want $1 million plus? Do I want, what do you want? What is it? What car do you want to drive? What is the car that you've always wanted? And what do you want it to look like? You know, dream big and then dream bigger. You know, I watched a video of a lady that did a video, and she said on there, welcome, my name is so-and-so, and I'm sitting outside one of my 7 houses in one of my my $15 million house in one of my 7 cars, and blah, blah, blah. And then it switched, and she goes, just kidding. I'm going to take you on a tour of my home office and blah, blah, blah. And she was just a normal person, but she was just manifesting it out there of what she wanted. So that's what I want you to do, is just put it out there. If you want a $15 million house, then put how many bedrooms you want and make sure that you have a few maids, because you won't want to clean it. So add that into the mix. But put in there what you want. Be big and then go bigger. What do you want to have? 4 minutes. 1 minute. How did you like that exercise? That's one of my favorite exercises. We do that in my vision board classes that I hold in person, and I also hold it virtually. Although I think now that we're starting to open up again, I think I'm going to host an event soon, so that'll be live. So it's pretty exciting. But I do absolutely love that exercise. I hope that you expand on who you want to be, what you want to do, and what you want to have in your life, and continue the list. You know, studies show that when you count your blessings each and every day, it increases your well-being and it increases your health. When you write them down every single day before you go to bed, it helps you sleep better. It helps raise your vibration before you go to bed so that you can sleep soundly, go into a REM sleep faster, and wake up in a high vibrational state, ready for the next day. So I was going through my notebooks and I found one of my gratitude journals that was dated still, wrote down 2014. So write down your gratitudes. I do 10 a day. Write down your gratitudes. It will definitely up your game. It will take you for where you want to go, from where you are to where you want to be. It'll help create the life that you desire and deserve. And my gift to you is that I will get everybody's email from Janet, and I will send to you a list to help you with your gratitudes. It'll kind of just be a gratitude worksheet, but it's a couple pages to kind of give you an idea of what do I want to write on my 5 to 10 gratitudes a day. And we'll get that out to you within the coming days. And if you are not part of my community, I have a group called Manifesting with Purpose. It's on Facebook, and I would love for you to be part of my community. And we help everybody raise their having level on there. So, and Brooke and Dahlia, thank you for staying with me. I know that you both are on the East Coast, and
Yes.
I love you both for staying with me. It's midnight there, and thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody, thank you so much. It's been a
We-
blast.
Thank you.
We are so grateful for you, Miss Tiffany. So grateful for the gifts of wisdom and also the gifts of comfort and compassion and empathy you have given us on this road tonight. I'm almost looking at it like a road that we've all journeyed together and all traveled together, with you just gently pointing out beautiful things on the side of the road that we could take in and claim as our own and own it. And that is such a gift, such a powerful gift. And I thank all of you who've had the courage to go deep and to really take time to be with yourself and to be with these questions and to give yourself this gift of Tiffany. And please join us next month. We will be having a holiday kind of gathering and celebration on the second Tuesday of the month, and sharing from different traditions and sharing what the meaning of the winter holiday season will be, and exploring that meaning and how we can make it the richest and the fullest. And especially if you are being touched by loss or grief this holiday. I come from the Center for Living with Dying program in San Jose, California, and we have a Grief in the Holidays workshop, and I will put information out on that as well. And know that if you wish to make a donation to UCM, we would welcome it. And just go to our webpage, u-c-m.org, and continue to make these wonderful presentations happen. And I want to thank Tiffany, Chris, and the other members of our education committee who have made this possible. Our education committee is working to give you on the second, and when we start in the new year, on the second and the fourth Tuesday in the evening, innovative, wonderful, healing, wise speakers who will guide us on the journey. And Tiffany, you are the epitome of what that can be. Chris Miller, K. Chris has always been a presenter, and he is going to be a presenter in the spring. Chris Brown has been a presenter, and I've had the privilege of presenting with Reverend Dr. Mary Gary. So please join us. We would love to welcome you. And if you would like to have an opportunity to share, please let us know. And we wish you as much light and love as you can hold. And be gentle with yourself this season. Honor where you're at. And embrace the community that you are a part of. Thank you, Ms. Tiffany. What a joyous, wonderful, deep river and road we have followed today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very grateful for each and every one of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Until we meet again,
Yes.
namaste.
Namaste.